Hey guys, it is me, I'm in the show for you guys, and today we're back with another Owl House, episode review and analysis. And today we're on season 2, episode 21, King's Tide. It's the final episode for season 2, and the way this ended is definitely shocking. So if you don't want to get spoiled for the Owl House, all Owl House, and definitely this whole entire episode, please leave now. But without further ado, let's go and talk about everything that happened off in this episode. It first started off with King having a dream, seeing how the Collector and Bellows still gets talking, but then after he wakes up from the nightmare, seeing the whole entire gang trying to go and save Luce, but then they get attacked. After talking a lot of times, they get attacked, and after that we learn a lot more about the draining. How he wants to drain everybody, and what's going on. You see their point of Rain and Ida's point of view of everything, it's about to happen. And then, they say their little goodbyes, and say it's not really goodbye. She promises she'll come back, and you probably know might not be true. But then after that, we do actually see what's going on, how all of them, still setting up the whole entire plan. And this whole photo that we saw leaked, a couple of days ago, of Bellows just looking up, being all, Bellows. But after that, we do actually find out that, they know about the plan. We find out the episode, and also how Bellows does not want to let out the, what's going on, the Collector. He doesn't want to let him out. He's like, oh, turns out there's only a little bit of time left for me to go back home. It's like, and he just says that so happily. And we see that, he still has Philip's old clothes. And yeah, he just wants to go back to Earth now. After how many years has passed, he just wants to go back now. So, yeah, they Kikimora goes and delivers Luce. Well, she thinks it's Hunter, but, Bellows is totally not surprised that she failed her mission. And he's just, what's going on? He knew it would have been Luce. They look given up already. So, after that, we get seeing them, what happens after them, the whole gang getting crashed. And then you see Rain definitely spreading on Rain, Ida. Then after that, they find out about the whole entire plans. A cool battle pops up, definitely nice. But then after that, when everything is still going on, they have the whole Luce versus Philip, got some smooth animation, but at the end, they really say the smooth animation really for the end. He catches Luce about to stone and petrify her until she's like, hey, you need a guide for the new Earth, because, lots of things are not in trend, and he needs to get caught up with the trends. He doesn't want to go to Earth, not knowing anything from the last 16 centuries. So, after that, Philip decides to agree, and then after that, she gets a plan to grab the glove, as you can see right behind her. It gives you a coven, so you can drain, so you could be gone forever. So after that, Luce is just like, hey, what's going on? You have to shake hands, I have to explain how that she comes back to life after almost dying. But after that, you can see everyone's just perishing over there. They all realize what they've done and how Bellows lied to everyone. And it's too late now. But then after that, Bellows says, to save his friends. We see what happens after they crash. All of them are there, they're trying to fight it off. But then they all go a separate way, leaving Alador alone. And you can see they also picked up King. But now King has a crack on his head, too, because, he fell. He noticed that. But then after that, Luce goes and then gives him, a high five. And then guess what? After giving him a high five, I'm trying to find the exact clip, he turned into the whole little, what's it called again? That whole beast form, zombie-looking thing from the whole episode in the whole Philip's Mind episode. So it's really cool to see that, popping up here. Definitely like that design, and also his animation's so smooth. Luce goes, escapes, meets, the friend, what's her name? Willow goes and saves her. And after that, we get amazingly smooth animation again. And also Kikimora bringing King to where the Collector is, to set him free, because after that, we get some good story stuff, some good juicy story lore, as we find out that the Collector cannot see King because of the necklace he has on. And we also find out the Collector, the minute seeing him, realized that his dad, the King of the Boiling Isles, actually locked the Collector in there. I'm like, okay, he locked the Collector in there. So I guess the only thing, you need Titanblood to release him, or you need an actual Titan. And a couple episodes ago, we found out that King's an actual Titan, so, he could be able to set her out. So all he has to do is a pinky promise, but, all she wants to do is play games. So he talks about the game called the Owl House. The Owl House game needs lots of people, and the only way to do that is by stopping the Day of Unity. So the Collector's like, okay, I'll stop, but first you have to let me out. And he pinky swears, yeah, King, that was probably the worst mistake you ever done. You should have mentioned, hey, why don't you save them first, then we talk about the game. He could have said that, and he could have just said, He tells her gets fun games like, Ring Around the Rosie, but nope, he did this instead, and then set out the Collector, where we see Rain goes and saves Ida. Then, right before they all perish by Belos, we see the Collector. Okay, I'm really sad how the Collector and how Luce didn't get possessed by the Collector like the car did with Mossy, and like how Bill did with Get Dipper and Gravity Falls. I know our house likes doing things differently, but it's cool seeing the design. We like the design, we like the whole childish, even the theme playing in the background. But then we see how the Collector goes and demolishes Belos. Like, the Collector's just OP. And right in the Day of Unity, all the Collector had to do was move her finger. Boom. And move the moon with just the finger. This is definitely crazy. You can see the immense power of this being here. The Collector is like extremely powerful. It's like, why don't we create it on our house? So that's creating the whole wall and everything to our house. They have to let go. So, all running, seeing how the portal's still booted up. So they're running to the portal, but then Luce uses all the glyphs and tries to keep the portal intact. And then after that, King's about to fall, but he said that's his mistake, because she's like, oh, you're going to play with me, the Collector. So sadly, and he said also, you're the best, bigger sister I ever could have asked for, or something like that. But all he said was big sister, and he's happy to have her. And I'm like, this is nice. Call back for season 1 when Ida almost died too. But this is definitely sad, because after that, he does his little echo scream, and they all go back home. And I already got spoiled on this before I even clicked here. I already know they went all home. Sadly, kind of spoiled it. But not all home, they went back to Earth. Luce is now back home, and Olga's there. And I'm like, okay, this, first of all, sad how I got spoiled for this. But it's like, is it just me? Or Amphibia did the exact same thing also in season 2, the ending, with them going home. But unlike Amphibia, they actually showed, Luce actually going home. And then the biggest thing is we see here the daily news. A girl lost in Amphibiland. Frogland. Hoax? Question mark. Now, this could be pointed anywhere. Every time I see someone talk about this, they just say, hey, cool Easter egg in the same universe, and then yeets off and totally does not talk about this. I'm here to talk about this. And, you know me, I love Amphibia. So, this is the big question. When does Owl House take place in the universe now? Now we know that Amphibia and Owl House are connected, but is Gravity Falls connected in this universe? Is Star vs. the Force of Evil connected in the universe? Because season 4 ended with Muni connecting. Does that mean that Muni is just one state and only connected, not entire world, Earth and Muni connecting as one state? Is this a different universe of Earth? Okay, I need to think about this now. So, first of all, what time is this? Is this the minute and defeated the boss, the humongous frog titan, what's his name again, after defeating King Andreas? Or is this the 10-year gap after they're all grown up? Why do I think this? Because, first of all, the minute Anne went missing, nobody knows she was in the frog world. So, when she went missing, everybody's like, okay, she's just missing. Not in the frog world, because nobody thinks that's physically possible. Until she comes back, she tells her mom about it, but tells to keep it a secret from a government. So if the government doesn't know, nobody knows. How can this pop up on the daily news in Frogland? So, obviously, this looks like it does not take place in the minute she went disappearing, and obviously does not take place the minute she came back to Earth. But when she went back to Amphibia, and then came back, the government already knew and everything. So that could be when they posted it, and then the battle happened, or the battle didn't happen yet, and right now we're watching as, Anne is still back in Amphibia, about to be ready to, defeat the core. So, when does this also take place? Is this a 10-minute gap? Because right in the 10-minute gap, when Sasha's going to go pick up Mossy, you can see on the TV that it said, 10 years ago, the whole about invasion was the invasion of hosts. First of all, that's some really good special effects if you want to believe that. And third of all, I don't know how anybody could think it's a hoax, but mentioning the word hoax twice and about the whole invasion and all that stuff, can this happen in the 10-year gap? Or can this happen during the gap? When Anne decided to finally go and talk about her story, and that's why it shows young Anne here. Maybe is still in school talking about her story, how she got into Frog World. I'm thinking it's that, because I feel like her mom will have to tell her about, I don't know, there's a humongous new lizard attacking the city with a girl that has cool blue anime powers. Guess what, that was pretty cool for you to find out. Or maybe it would have said on the news, battle was fake or battle was not fake. So that's just, my little theory here. So it kind of proves that definitely the worlds are connected, but what time zone, we're not sure yet. Anyone can take this, with a grain of salt. But then also the episode ends in the exact same way how dang it, Anne's mom was cooking too. Was gonna Lucy's mom is cooking. Then we see all of them like, I'm home. Okay, and then after that, it ends with a special ending showing the door open with the rain. But then, guess what? Plot twist. The door starts to close with the slime on top of the ceiling closing the door. I'm trying to get the exact same frame of that. Yeah, you guys can see on the handle the blob, because also when Hunter was running through the portal, the bit of the Bellows blob touched him. So I guess this means that Bellows is still here and somehow he's gonna be back. Don't know how, but it's a somehow. But anyways, you guys can tell me guys in the comments below. What do you guys do think about this brand new episode? What do you think about it? Do you think it was good? I definitely do love it. Is it the best Owl House episode though? It's really tied with me within the whole episode, the Hollow Mind episode. Both of them are really tied for me. This episode's amazing. That episode's amazing. These are both really great episodes. But will this be any best series finale? For me, I still think that True Colors has a little bit better than this, and I do think the Amphibia finale was better than this. I think. We still have season 3, and sadly season 3 is only the three episode 44-minute special, so if you want to think of it, only like 6 Owl House episodes, 20 minutes long, if you want to think of it like that. And those are all special, so pretty cool, but sad how the story's gonna have to be a little bit rushed, but be happy that it happened, and don't be sad that it got canceled and delayed. Just be happy that it at least happens, and we at least get a season 3 instead of having no season 3. Yes, it may be rushed, we just gotta be okay with it, sadly. But anyways, I think it'll be it this video. See you guys all in the next video. Good.